சார் இந்த டேட்டா சயின்டிஸ்ட்ல உண்மையாவே ஆக முடியுமா? பட் உண்மையாவே ஒரு டிஸ்க்ளைமர் சொல்லிடுறேன். இப்போ இன்னைக்கு நம்ம இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணக்கூடிய பர்சன் பத்தி எதுவுமே எனக்கு தெரியாது. ஸோ அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு பர்சன் கூட தான் நம்ம இன்னைக்கு இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண போறோம்.
In every job, it's the mainly thing is how you are. So how you present yourself and how you are consistent and what is your main goal. Accidentally I joined in computer science. That is very great.
Okay.
That's the God's grace I joined in computer science. For a tier 3 or a tier 2 also it is very difficult to get campus placement. My main project, I also worked on some internal project. I myself found out some internal project which is a machine learning project, and that's how I keep on increasing my skill set on that, and that's how I whatever problem statement in the data science field I'm able to solve. Yeah.
College studying students, can they really become data scientists in 2025 if they are picking up? People would be in a mindset. She is from computer science background. For her it is very easy. And that's what every people mindset will be.
There is an interest in me. Okay, I need to learn this GenAI. So because it is moving forward nowadays, because every company, if you see, means they are selling their product using the GenAI.
So 5 years non-IT background. Is it possible for them to move into this space of data science?
And also the data analyst and data scientist role, there is some difference. You should know the basics.
Data science, machine learning, AI, all these concepts. This learning, is it easy or difficult?
So consistency is the key for everything.
நம்ம சேனலை நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரே கோல், எப்படியாச்சும் நான் அந்த டேட்டா சயின்டிஸ்ட் பொசிஷன் எடுத்துடணும், இல்ல எம்எல் பொசிஷன் எடுத்துடணும் அப்படின்னு தான். அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி தான் இந்த நம்மளுடைய பிளேலிஸ்ட் நிறைய பேர் படிச்சுட்டு வந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க, டேட்டா சயின்ஸ் வித் மிஷின் லேர்னிங் அப்படின்றது. பட் இருந்தாலும் பின்னாடி நிறைய பேர்த்தோட கொஸ்டின், சார் இந்த டேட்டா சயின்டிஸ்ட்ல உண்மையாவே ஆக முடியுமா? இந்த 2025 இவ்வளவு பெரிய சேலஞ்சஸ்லாம் இருக்குது, நிறைய பேருக்கு வேலையெல்லாம் போகுது அப்படின்ற மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் சொல்றாங்க. பட் இந்த மாதிரி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறவங்களை கூட்டிட்டு வந்து ஏதாச்சும் எங்க கூட இன்டராக்ட் பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்ற மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் பின்னாடி கேட்குறீங்க. ஸோ உங்களுக்காக தான் நம்ம எவ்ரி சாட்டர்டே இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கக்கூடிய பீப்புள் கூட நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். அதுல ஒரு சில பேர் நம்மள்ட்ட படிச்சு பிளேஸா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இன்னும் ஒரு சில பேர் நான் அவங்களை ரீச் அவுட் பண்ணி, இல்ல அவங்க ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு கனெக்ஷன்ல அவங்களும் உங்களுக்கு வேல்யூஸ் ஷேர் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக இப்படி வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு பர்சன் கூட தான் நம்ம இன்னைக்கு இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண போறோம். பட் உண்மையாவே ஒரு டிஸ்க்ளைமர் சொல்லிடுறேன். இப்போ இன்னைக்கு நம்ம இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணக்கூடிய பர்சனை பத்தி எதுவுமே எனக்கு தெரியாது. உங்க கூட இப்ப நான் அவங்களோட கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்டு அவங்க யார் அப்படின்ற கதையை நான் உங்க கூடயே கத்துக்க போறேன். இது ஒரு டிஃபரெண்டான பாட்காஸ்ட், இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருக்க போகுது. ஸோ வாங்க நம்ம அவங்க கூட ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டா இன்டராக்ட் பண்ணி கத்துக்கலாம். ஸோ Seema, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So this is an unexpected call, but thank you so much for accepting and trying to share values to our audience.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Great. So I know your name is Seema. That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
So can you tell or introduce about yourself, just in 90 seconds, about who is Seema, where have you studied, and what is something you're doing?
Yeah, as everybody know now, my name is Seema, and I'm basically from Karnataka. I studied in Davangere, that too Government Engineering College, and I studied in computer science stream, and I passed out in the year 2019. From that, my career journey started. So I till now I changed 3 companies. So the first company that I worked with is Infosys, based on the campus hirement, and the second is the latent view analytics, and now I'm working as a data scientist in City.
Okay, that's great. So thank you so much. I have one question. So you are from computer science background, right?
Yes.
2019 graduate.
Yeah.
So how would I see you as an inspiration? Because you are from a computer science background, and there is a saying that if anybody is from computer science background, it is very easy for them to get into IT.
Yeah.
And today the main challenge is many are getting graduated from computer science IT, but still they are struggling. That is the untold truth. But I see you that you are from computer science background, 2019. How did you is it easy for you to move into this IT space? So can you share some tips about it?
Yeah, the main thing in every stream, it's not in every job, it's the mainly thing is how you are, according to me. So how you present yourself and how you are consistent and what is your main goal. That is the main thing comes in everyone's life. In the life as well as in the job also. So yeah, I accidentally joined in computer science. That is very great.
Okay.
That's the God's grace I joined in computer science.
Okay.
But yeah, that's also one of the things that helped me in joining the IT sector. But since I was in Infosys, I also saw some of the people who also from mechanical background, civil background. It's not about the only the computer science, the term. It's also about how you are consistent and how you are gaining the skills and how you are occupying it, and then how you are implementing and showing it to the people. That's also matters.
Wonderful. So it is
Yeah.
very clear that it is that no matter you are from whichever the background you
Yeah.
are, still IT welcomes you if you
Yeah.
are able to match their expectation.
Yes, in 100%, it's like 80 percentage your computer science background will help. Still, for the other people who are from the mechanical civil background, it's also about the skill, how we are, right? In the IT, the mainly they in the interview and all, they'll ask you the question, right? They'll not assess you based on which background you are and all. They will know do you know the topic, and do you know how to implement, do you have the problem solving skills? So those are the things which are mainly very important for a people to switch to IT. That's what my thought is.
Great. So it is very clear. I can take mechanical and I can even try there. But if I find my interest while studying my engineering degree to move into IT is always welcoming me. If I learn what exactly they need completely with respect to coding, and if I'm able to solve that, this Infosys and Wipros are able to give me a chance in their campus interview itself. Correct? All right. So my next question to you is, have you completed your graduation in tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3? Which category your college is coming under? Because you said you got campus placement, right? So can you talk about that?
I studied in the government college, which is tier 3. Because my mindset was not to join to the engineering initially. My mindset was to join to some other BSc agriculture, but accidentally I got into engineering college, which is a government tier 3 college. And tier 3 college, as everybody know, like we do not have that much teachers, like who professionals who can teach us, okay, who can show us the right path and who can guide us. So we ourselves learned everything, and in our college also there is no placement at all. Like no company is coming, because only one company, if I'm not wrong, came. So I got selected for that, but that's also not out of my interest. It is based on the electronic things, because I like coding and I wanted to do some analytic stuff. So then I went to some other colleges and then I got placed in Infosys. Yeah, so tier 3 is very difficult, because nowadays all the companies are focusing on IIT, IIM people. So for a tier 3 or a tier 2 also, it is very difficult to get campus placement.
Right, which is very true. That is what I'm just telling in my channels. So if you're studying in any tier 1 colleges, you need to pay a huge amount of money to them.
Correct.
And the college itself will take care of you for the placement. It doesn't matter which company you're going, but definitely people will be getting some placement within 4 to maximum 25 LPAs also, freshers are able to get.
Yes.
But here majority of the people are middle class.
Yes.
So they are not able to get money to study in that kind of colleges. And even they are not having that kind of good IQ level to crack their interviews, but they're all dreaming to study. But it is not practically possible for everybody to study in tier 1 colleges.
Yep.
Now majority of people are tier 2, tier 3, particularly tier 3.
Yes.
And you have made successful from tier 3 college, which is really great, because you said that there is very less kind of companies are coming to colleges, and you got to know there is an interview which is happening outside your college, and you went there and you cleared it. I see that there is an internal push in yourself which pushed you that you have to get placed before completing the college itself. And can you talk about your friends who are studying with you? Were they also able to succeed like you, or how many were able to get placed, how many were not placed in the 2020 time? So I'm just talking about that point of time. Yeah, you can speak now.
Yeah. So in out of 70 people in my class, I think 20-30 got placed with different companies. But other people still, they were struggling, and then the group discussion, everything. I also saw some of the people who, after completing, they joined some of the institute, and then they learned and they upskilled themselves, and via which they went to they joined to some of the companies.
Great, wonderful. I got to know. So now it is the one takeaway point till here. What I've got is, if you're studying in college, you will definitely get placed. But for that, you need to be very aware what companies are needed, and you need to develop your coding skills, your communication skills, and your aptitude, logical reasoning skills, so that companies are going to come. And you need to also keep an eye in the market, which kind of companies are coming where in your particular city, and you need to go and attend. So you're not going to trust only on your college for placements, but outside also. And tier 3, it's going to be very challenging for them to get placed. So that is what the takeaway till here. Now I'm moving into your second phase. You got a job now, and you're working in Infosys. So what is your position, and what is is your roles and responsibilities there?
Yeah. Currently, I'm working in City, but I started my career in Infosys. So yeah, in Infosys, as everyone know, I guess we'll get a 3 months training there. So it's a random training. Before joining Infosys, I also wanted to highlight one more thing. I passed out in June 2019. My joining date is on December 2019. So I have a gap of 6 months. So I utilized that gap to join some of the internships. So that's in that internship I worked on data analytics stuff. So that's how I got to know more about which is data. Okay, there is a role called data scientist. Okay, this is a very booming technology at that particular time. So that's how I got interested and I joined Infosys. Infosys not directly I got a training on machine learning. They taught about like Python, Java, Angular, those stuff. So they put me in the Java related this projects, but my interest was on the machine learning thing. So along with my main project, I also worked on some internal project. I myself found out some internal project which is a machine learning project, and that's how I keep on increasing my skill set on that, and that's how I moved my career from machine learning like normal system engineer to senior data analyst in the second company, which is Latent View. There I completely worked on machine learning stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear.
And now also I switched to City and financial service based company, and here also I'm working as a data scientist.
Got it. One question, you said when you're working with, before working with Infosys, you were doing some internships, right?
Yes.
How did you get that internship? Was it paid or unpaid? How was the journey? How did you get it?
Yeah. So that internship mainly I was I got it from the Googling itself, like the LinkedIn and all. So I just called. It's a startup, and they took some interview, and they understand, okay, she's able to do it if we able to teach her. So I got into it. It is a paid internship. I got paid for 4 months that I worked on.
Okay, clear. So one tip before we move into your next, from system engineer to your senior data analyst position to the next company. So here, people who are studying in college, the one question what they will be asking me is, how do I get internships now? That to paid internships. And what kind of research that they have to do? Because you said you Googled and you got to know the opportunities, right? How you did it? Can you share some tips for them so that they will also do that research and find some internships for themselves with paid?
Yeah, I have few tips. The first one is we have so many platforms, right? So we have LinkedIn, which is a very great platform for all the job seekers, and also to understand the upskills, what is going on in the market nowadays. And we also have a Naukri, Indeed. These are some of the platforms. So I went to those platforms and I searched for the internship, and then whichever popped up, which is matching your skills, and I applied for those. And also one more point is one more trick that I use is I always look into the company whichever I am interested on, and then I send a request for the people who are like HR or who can director who or a manager, and then if they accepted, and then I will showcase my skills. These are my skills, and I am very interested, and can you please get me the internship so that I can contribute to your company and so on. So I get feedback also. So from few of them, those are one of the trick that I used. And also in Naukri also, if you search or sort it down for the internship, you can get some of the things. So like in Naukri, the one thing is always daily you need to go and update yourself so that it shows that you are active every day. Then it will catch the eyes of the HRs or anyone's. So these are some of the steps.
Okay, great. Because in 2019, people who reached out through LinkedIn, the volume is less. Yeah. Right. But now, the same strategy, many are actually following. And today, I'm getting at least 10 messages for internship opportunity from many people. All right. Even people who have 12 years of experience, 5 years of experience also want to do some internships here. But one thing which I'm seeing is, as everybody are doing this in 2025, so in 2019 to 2025, there is a 6 years gap, right? Yeah. So now, okay, if I'm reaching out is fine, that is good. But is there any new ways through which, if they are reaching out, they can get an impression of that particular person because of which they will want? Is there any tip that you can share there?
Yeah, thinking about it, there is a 5 years gap, as you said, from that time to this time, and there is many changes happened because the Gen AI, which is ruling now, is come into picture. So now everything is available in the internet, like in because ChatGPT, you can search and everything will come, right? So nowadays it's like more what you will give, what you put into the table. So if you have some like experience, or if you have some exposure, or if you have worked on some of the projects already, and if you showcase them, okay, see, I did these projects, I have these projects, and I have a knowledge of market, and I can work on these particular data set, I have these data mining skills and modeling skills. So nowadays my point now is like you have to implement and show. That time you have to show your skills, like yeah, these are my skills, I can able to contribute. Now it's like show it to me. That's the main difference I saw now. So you have to work on some various projects, and you can put it in the GitHub and as a public, and then you can show it to them, yeah, these are the projects that I have worked on. The influence is very good in terms of that.
Got it. So result is more than words.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
Great. So now I'm just moving from the first job, internship. You moved as a system engineer in
Yeah.
Infosys.
Yeah.
But by the time you got to know the power of data analytics, AI, machine learning, and everything, so now you moved into Infosys, but you are not working in this particular space. But that's when you were upskilling yourself, right? While
Yeah.
working in Infosys.
Yeah.
So what is your upskilling phase? What are the things that you've studied before moving into Infosys as a senior data analyst?
So upskilling in a sense, yeah. My theory was like, okay, if you can see so many videos in YouTube, so I was continuously following some of the YouTube videos, so on, etc. All those things is one part. The second part is how you need to implement it. You're right. You need to get your hands dirty. Then only the real skill will pop up, and then only you'll get to know the doubts. And then when you get to know the doubts, and that's how you'll upskill yourself. So that's why I choose, apart from the main project, that's why I choose to work on some internal project, which is not necessary for me. But because of my interest, I wanted to work on it. I wanted to switch my career to the data science field, because here system engineering is some other role. I don't want to continue here. So that's how I upskilled myself by doing the project, and then doing it and learning it together. And that's how I understand the entire machine learning concept, how it is. I get into the deep of code, how it works, everything, and then I'm able to crack the latent view, and then they understand, okay, she can able to do the machine learning stuff. So that's how I get into senior analyst position there.
Wonderful. So basically, you learnt by yourself, self-learning.
Yeah. Yes.
And second thing which I'm able to understand is you were working on things which was not put on your head, right?
Yeah.
So the problem, you said you were working in some internal projects, right? So the point is, have you identified some problems within Infosys where AI or machine learning can solve? You identified it and picked up that kind of problem statement and worked on with AI and ML, or how that particular process, how have you worked?
Yeah. So in Infosys, like there is some portal like internal projects, so we can go and search there. There's already so many internal projects, but there also you need to give an interview. So they'll not directly just take you as, okay, come and work for the internal project. I gave an interview there for the internal project itself, and then I got selected for that project, and then I started working. It's already existing problem statement. I did not introduce any new thing there. It's already existing problem statement. I worked along with them.
Okay, great. So
Yep.
which means you had a team within Infosys
Yes.
to guide you, and because of which you had some spark,
Yeah.
and you have already witnessed people where how this A is going to solve the problem statement, and you leveled up and fastened your learning pace,
Yeah.
and you got upskilled, and then you moved from Infosys to the other company, Latent Analytics,
Yes.
as senior data analyst.
Yeah.
So how was the shift? So because here from system engineer to senior data analyst,
Yeah.
it's completely not related.
Yeah.
So how did you handle the shift from IT one background to the data background? So how was the interview phase, and what kind of questions you encountered with? Is it challenging or is it easy?
Yeah, it's challenging only because this is the internal project, right? Because most of the my time was going in the main project, and I only used to get 1 hour or 2 hour for the internal project. But because of my spark, I gave 4 hours for that project, and that's how I scope up with like, okay, this machine learning, everything. By the end of I think I worked for 2 years in Infosys. By end of the 2 years, I understood the concept, everything. So then it made easy in interview process, because I learned all those things, right? So whatever they were asking, I'm able to understand and able to answer it nicely. And yeah, I'm pretty much confident at that time that whatever problem statement in the data science field, I'm able to solve. Yeah.
Wonderful. So I feel that because you had a team, you worked on it, and you witnessed it, you were super confident in the interview phase, because of which you cracked.
Yep.
Great. So now you moved into Infosys as a senior data analyst, right? Correct?
Yeah,
Fine.
Infosys to latent as a senior.
Infosys to latent analytics as a senior data analyst. So now here, what kind of projects you are working? I don't want to get into so much detail because so you can just say a bit about what kind of, whether it is a machine learning problem statement or deep learning, how that experiences. Can you just share a bit idea so that people will know how exactly industries are focusing on, and accordingly they can also level up themselves.
Yeah, in latent it's completely different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like machine learning plus there's one concept called econometric. So we have some library, like there is a term called causal inference. So yeah, so it's a completely new terms for me, because earlier I worked on data science stuff, like logistic regression, random forest, XGBoost. See, all these stuffs are the one thing. But here, along with that, we also have one more thing called causal inference, which is very new. So we used to, there is basically I worked in a marketing analytics horizontal. So our thing is like, we wanted to understand how to improve the campaigns, all those things. So along with the machine learning, again I got to learn some one more technology, which is causal inference, and there we developed one POC and we successfully introduced it to the client, and that got converted, and then
Wonderful. I see you as an inspiration here now, because you are ready to take up things which you have not learned before.
Yeah.
So that is one thing which I'm able to understand, because here people would be in a mindset. She's from computer science background. For her, it is very easy. And that's what every people mindset will be. No matter, they will never see others' hard work or their mindset. But that's what, because if a person is able to succeed from CS background, that person is not an inspiration at all. That's what everybody. But now I'm able to, when you're sharing more, I'm able to understand that you're having that internal character within yourself, that you're not ready to, just stay there, but you are ready to upskill. What is the company's problem? You are ready to level up and then grow, and only those people can succeed, and you are one of the witnesses among it. So now my next question. So you're now working in latent analytics as a senior data analyst. Now you are making a shift to another company as a data scientist now.
Yeah, I worked in as a senior analyst. I got promoted as assistant manager, and now I'm in
within latent analytics, assistant manager.
Yeah.
Great. So within how many months or weeks this happened?
Yeah, in latent I worked for 2 years. Within 1 year, I got shipped. I got promoted because of the project that we did a POC, right? So that got successful. So that got converted. Maybe because of that, I got promoted.
Okay, because of you, companies started getting more businesses.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. I'm thinking that. Yeah.
Got it. Fine. So now you're an assistant manager.
Yeah.
So what made you to quit latent analytics to move into the other company now?
Yeah.
Because I see that they are promoting you,
Yes,
to a different level. That should be one factor because of which you had to quit this company and move here. So what is that factor?
Yeah. So as I said, I got to know about the machine learning stuff. Yeah, that is one thing. And I got to know about the causal inference, econometric stuff. That is one more thing. I wanted to upskill on the deep learning thing. So I am not able to get the projects which is related to the deep learning. So as at that time, there is a boom of GenAI, right? So there is an interest in me. Okay, I need to learn this GenAI. So because it is moving forward nowadays, because everyone is every company, if you see, means they are selling their product using the GenAI. If GenAI is there, means okay, something is there. Then people are interested. Okay, GenAI. So that's how I got into GenAI. I need to understand. In order to understand the basic GenAI, the basic is deep learning. So I wanted to work on the deep learning stuff, but I'm not getting that there. So that's why I shifted to city, and now I'm working in deep learning right now.
Great. So what is your company name? City.
Yeah, City.
Right. So how many months you're working with City?
It's past 6 months.
Okay, great. So I think your experience is great. So now are you working with GenAI related stuff or deep learning kind of projects?
So GenAI related stuff, it's coming up. It's not yet, but it will come in the future. But in my previous company also, as a POC, as I worked for some GenAI stuff for 2 to 3 months. I know few bit of GenAI because that also I learned by myself, and I'm always like a techie person. Like, okay, if something new come, I'll try to understand that, and I will try to implement it to see okay what it is, because so many people are talking. So currently I'm working in deep learning, LSTM, decoder, encoder model, and transformers, so on.
Great. So till now, I got to understand about your professional journey from 2019 till 2025. So now I'll ask some general questions.
Yeah.
Because today, everybody wanted to move into this AI space. Data scientists, they also wanted to become. People whoever is from 5 years non-IT background, they wanted to make a career transition. So I'll just ask some general questions to you. So whatever the opinion that you're having in your mind, you can just give us an advice to them.
Yeah.
So 5 years non-IT background, is it possible for them to move into this space of data science? If it is possible, how they need to take steps? If it is not possible, what is the reason?
I think it is possible, because I think everything is possible in this world, because it's only depend on you.
Okay.
Because all things are, if you made a decision, okay, I want to do it, and if you are consistent, and if you get a right people help to get there, if you know how to do it, if you did some research on that, then you can able to do it everything. It's not only on the data science stuff or something, in life also. It is my theory that first you have to be correct, and
Right.
first everything should be inside you. Okay, I want to go there, then every path will open up. So that is my strategy. So everything is possible. It's 5 years is nothing. If you are consistent, if you join some institution where they are teaching you the data science stuff in 2 to 3 months, and you can, if you are consistent there, you will be able to grasp it, or if you're able to understand it, implement it, and then if you show that skills to the in the interview and all, if you are prove it, then yeah, of course they'll hire you. Why not?
Okay, great. So in your company, current company, and also the last companies, so were there any people who made from non-IT to this IT background with 5 years or 8 years or 10 years of irrelevant experience to move into this particular space? Have you seen any kind of people making this shift in your company?
Particularly, I do not recall, but one example I can give is like people from whoever studied economics also, like the arts, economics in IIT, they were able to make it to the data science as a data scientist role, because economics is completely different, right, as compared to the data science role, but they were able to make it. So that's one example I have. Apart from that, I don't have any idea.
Okay, fine. One question is freshers, college studying students. Can they really become data scientists in 2025 if they are picking up? If yes, what are the opportunities and what kind of companies they need to target? If no, what is the other areas that they have to target?
Yeah, if they are interested, means yeah, they can definitely, they can become a data scientist. But my internal like example or my thing is like, first you understand what it is, then you can see for internship, or you can do some internship, because directly as a data scientist is, for me, I don't know, it's difficult, because my journey is also started as an analyst, data and senior data analyst, then assistant manager, then data scientist. So data, it's, and also the data analyst and data scientist role, there is some difference, quite a little bit of difference in the way they work also. So yeah, freshers can make out, but the companies are like they can mainly focus on fractal latent view analytics, like analytics company, like some of Tredence, Genpat, and they can also, yeah, if they are very inspired, they can also FANG companies. Why not, right? So they can understand if there are any openings are there, if for the freshers, if they're asking, or if they want for the fresher also, if they ask some of the, like, they have some experience, so then they can join some institute, and then they can get the certificate. Okay, they got implemented something, and then they can get into internship or the project.
Okay, clear. Now, one more question. We are talking about the list of companies, correct? DSA, data structures and algorithm. So, is there any interviews you have cleared almost 2 to 3 companies, latent
Yeah.
analytics and now the other company?
Yeah.
Have you encountered any interview rounds with DSA?
No, not it. Because I think for a data science field, DSA is not that much important because I never encountered any DSA question. There are a few, but that is very basic question that anybody can answer that. But I'm not sure, but in order to get into the FANG company also, like maybe they can ask one round DSA. But I also heard some of the people, like I always connect with the LinkedIn people. I also always touch, okay, what is going on and all. I'll ask some of the people. I talked to some of the people in Google and all. They were like, okay, the data structure is not required. You should know the basics of data science. Statistics is very important because that is the basic of all data science. So statistics, the regression, and the deep learning, these are all very important in order to crack. And yeah, obviously mathematics, because statistics means mathematics, of course it will come.
Right, because the main reason why I asked this is the same claim which I'm doing it from since 2020. Okay, but still people are there. I have to study DSA to clear data science interviews. So if they wanted to study this DSA, what kind of companies they can target, and is it easy for them because their first goal is to get clear in Hmong companies. Okay, other companies are not good for them. That's what they feel. They are not even caring about how can I get placed in Hmong companies as a fresher. That is what their question.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, do you have any experience or have connections with people, or can you share with your experience if they wanted to clear, what should be their mindset and how they can just prepare, what should be their roadmap? You can just share.
Yeah, there are two things. As a fresher, I can see in one angle, and as experience, I can see in another angle. As a fresher, I think as a fresher, you have to unlock what DSA is. You have to study because as a fresher they don't know, right? They don't have any experience. They'll ask, so they'll ask data structure, right? Because they will see how you'll unlock the code, the breadth first search, all these things comes under the linked list, everything. So as a fresher, definitely yes, I think they will ask data structure in order to clear the man companies. But as an experience, they will ask, because as an experience, why they'll ask experienced people means they already have something in their table, so they wanted to fill that particular person to satisfy those things, right? So they will only focus on those skills. So as an experience, I feel they only ask about the data science stuff which is required. That's what my point is. Yes.
Understand. So one straightforward question.
Yeah.
Is learning data sets difficult or easy?
Data set.
Data science.
Data
Science, machine learning, AI, all these concepts. Is it learning, is it easy or difficult? The reason why I'm asking this question is people know linear algebra, integral calculations and all these things, and they're getting afraid. But they're having a dream that they want to become a data scientist. Somehow they're ready to put that effort. But they are seeing that data science is very difficult. I can't make it, but I want to make it. So this is the kind of mindset that they have, because of which many are not taking action to learn. So this is my question to you again. Learning data science, machine learning, AI, ML, deep learning, is it difficult or easy?
It is not difficult. It is, the only thing is it will take time. That is the main thing. You need to give time for that, and if you understand the things and if you unlock one by one, because it will start from statistics. If you understand statistics, then the linear regression will come, so which is indirectly related to the statistics. Then you can go to the decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, then the deep learning, then everything is interrelated. So my thing is start with the basic, understand clearly, and then go step by step. So the only thing is it will take some time, but it is not difficult.
Understand. So two last questions.
Yeah.
First one is, now everybody got to know they can also make a career transition, right? You made a career transition from system engineer to data scientist now. So there are a lot of free resources available in YouTube, many certification courses also free available. So how should one choose between free certification courses or a free learning from YouTube versus paid courses. So what is it good to opt for paid course? If yes, what are the criteria that they have to consider to go for this paid course? Or do we have all the materials available online? If I'm studying in online, what should be my mindset? If it is paid course, what should be my mindset?
So it's also depend on the people to people, right? Because it's based on what is their financial thing is. So yeah, in YouTube also you'll get so many resources nowadays. You can learn from YouTube also, but the only advantage you get in the paid courses, you'll get a teacher, or like the one person who you can directly ask. So in YouTube, for example, you get into some question, or while implementing you stuck, so whom you will ask? So but in the paid courses, if someone is there to guide you, so you can go and ask, and you can clarify those doubts right away, right? So that's the one of the thing. And somebody is there to back you, and somebody is there to guide you, and somebody is there to give you hope, okay, you can still make it. So if somebody is there, it is very good for someone who is like, okay, afraid of, okay, can I make it or not? If they start in a YouTube, and somebody will they'll not complete the playlist itself, right? If in one playlist they'll see, second playlist they will see, and if they stuck somewhere, they'll leave that entire thing. They'll not able to understand, right, the other part. So that will not happen in the paid course. That's what my thing is. So whoever want to switch their career, I think it's better to take a paid course, and then it is good because you'll get one-on-one with the person, and then somebody's there to push you.
Got it. So last question. What is your last advice to people who wanted to move into this AI space as a data scientist or AI engineer? Can you give one last advice which will make them motivated to step into this and learn? And what would be the challenges that they need to encounter if they are taking the decision to study this and get into this space?
So the first thing is you itself, because you have to decide where you want to go. First thing is like you have to be consistent. You should not change your decision. Okay, now today you'll say, okay, I wanted to become a data science, and you studied for some 2 to 3 days, and then you get, oh, no, this is very tough, I want this. Then you go to some other thing, then you can switch. So that's switching. That you should be consistent, you should be focused. So it is you that everywhere that you can shift, you whatever you can do. That's the my point. From starting I'm telling that what it is you that you make a decision. That is one of the thing. And the challenges is like, yeah, motivation, right? So somebody will lose motivation after some months. Okay, do I need to do it or not? Okay, I'm not able to do it. So consistency is the key for everything. So that is the only advice I will give. Consistency can change everything. Even though your IQ level is not great, right? If you compare with the normal person and the person who is very, very good IQ, the person who is consistent is more successful than the person who is have a more IQ. That's what my point is. So consistency is the key for everything.
All right. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. இப்போ சீமாவோட ஃபுல் ஜேர்னி நம்மளுக்கு வந்து பிச்சு நம்ம வந்து கேட்டுட்டோம். அவங்களும் வந்து நிறைய வந்து ஆன்சர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ மெயினாக இந்த பர்டிகுலர் கான்வர்சேஷன் இங்கிலீஷ்ல இருந்திருக்கும். பிகாஸ் அவங்களுக்கு இங்கிலீஷ் தெரியும், தமிழ் தெரியாது. அதனால தான் நான் அந்த ஃபுல் கான்வர்சேஷனை வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல உங்களுக்காக நான் எடுத்திருக்கேன். த மெயின் ரீசன் அவங்க வந்து சொல்லும் போதே ஒரு பாயிண்ட் நீங்க வந்து அவங்கள்ட்ட என்ன எடுத்துக்கலாம். இட்ஸ் த கேம் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் அபவுட் யூ வர்சஸ் யூ. நீங்க எடுக்கிறது தான் டெசிஷன். அண்ட் அந்த டெசிஷன்ஸ்ல இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஸ்டேயிங் கன்சிஸ்டன்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது டெஃபினெட்லி யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு வின். ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு ஒவ்வொரு பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் டைம்ல வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹி ஹேட் அ குட் டீம். அதுதான் அவங்களோட ஒரு பெரிய சப்போர்ட்டை நான் வந்து பார்க்குறேன். அண்ட் ஒவ்வொரு டைம்லையும் அவங்க வந்து டெசிஷன் வந்து ஒரு கம்பெனிலேருந்து இன்னொரு கம்பெனி ஷிஃப்ட் பண்ணும்போதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராப்பர் ரீசனிங் இருந்துச்சு. அதே மாதிரி அவங்க எல்லா லைஃப்லையும் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அப்ஸ்கில்லிங்ன்றதை அவங்க வந்து விடவே இல்லை. எல்லா இடத்துலையும் வந்து நான் புதுசாக ஏதாச்சும் என்கவுண்டர் பண்ணணும், புதுசாக லேர்ன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றத அவங்க மைண்ட் செட்டில் ஒன்றுமே இருக்குதுன்றது உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே புரிய வந்திருக்கும். ஸோ அதே மைண்ட் செட்டில் நீங்கள் இருந்தீங்கன்னா மட்டுமே தான் இந்த ஏஐ ஸ்பேஸில் உங்களால் வின் பண்ண முடியும். இன்கேஸ் கம்பெனிஸை நீங்கள் மைக்ரோசாஃப்ட் கேட்கலாம், ஒரு 7000 பேர் வந்து ஃபயர் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, கூகுள் இத்தனை பேர் ஃபயர் பண்ணிட்டாங்கனாலும் இப்போ அவங்க வந்து இந்த கூகுள்லேயே அவங்க வந்து பிளேஸ் ஆயிட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா வெளியில் வந்தாங்கனாலும் அவங்க எந்த கம்பெனி வேணா பிளேஸ் ஆகிறதுக்குனால அவங்களுக்கு கெப்பாசிட்டி அவங்க மைண்ட்ல இருக்கு. பட் நீங்க தான் இமோஷனலா திங்க் பண்றீங்க, ஐயோ வேலை போயிடுச்சு அப்படின்றது. ஸோ அதனால உங்களோட மைண்ட் செட் இந்த சேனல் நீங்க ஃபாலோ பண்றீங்கன்னா தட் ஹாஸ் டு பி ரொம்ப மெச்சூர்டா இருக்கணும். ஸோ சைல்டிஷா நீங்க வந்து யோசிக்க வேண்டாம். எல்லாருமே கஷ்டப்பட்டு தான் இங்க மேல வராங்க. அதுக்கு வந்து நீங்க வந்து எந்த மாதிரி டெசிஷன்ஸ் எடுக்கிறீங்க, எப்படி கன்சிஸ்டன்டா இருக்கிறீங்க அப்படின்றதான் உங்களுடைய அட் த எண்ட் ஆஃப் த டே டெசிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே உங்களோட கையில் இருக்குது. ஸோ பவர் யூ நீட் டு ஓன். அந்த பவரை மற்றவங்களோட கையில் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு நீங்கள் வந்து அலோவ் பண்ண வேண்டாம் அப்படின்றத ஒரு டேக்அவே இருக்கணும். ஸோ இந்த பர்டிகுலர் சீரீஸில் உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருக்கு அப்படின்னா இந்த சேனலை நீங்கள் இப்போவே சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. பிகாஸ் எவ்ரி வீக் இந்த மாதிரி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கக்கூடிய பீப்புளை தான் நான் கூட்டிட்டு வந்து இந்த இன்டர்வியூ எடுத்து உங்க கண்ணு முன்னாடி ஷோ பண்ணலான்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ இப்போவே சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த கண்டென்ட்லாம் பிடிச்சிருக்கு அப்படின்னா யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் கிவ் அ லைக். அண்ட் இதுல இருந்து நீங்க என்ன லெசன் எடுத்துட்டீங்க அப்படின்றத கீழே கமெண்ட் செக்ஷனில் போடுங்க. அதே மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரி சீரீஸ்லாம் ஒரு கெரியர் டிரான்சிஷன் பண்ணக்கூடிய உங்களுடைய கொலீகுக்கோ இல்லை வேற உங்களோட ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கோ ஷேர் பண்ணி இதுதான் ரியாலிட்டி, இப்படி தான் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்ற அந்த பாயிண்ட்டையும் நீங்கள் உங்களுக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணலாம். சரியா? ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் யுவர் ஏகோ ஜான் சைனிங் ஆஃப். See you in the next episode. Bye.